All smiles from Kevin Jackson, set free this morning after serving more than 23 years in prison for a crime he says he never committed. His family and attorneys there to greet him as he left the Western Illinois Correctional Center in Mount Sterling. Jackson's case involved allegations that a now retired CPD officer named Brian Forberg coerced witnesses into lying in his case. Jackson isn't the only one making these claims against Forberg. We've been tracking about 20 cases involving this officer and allegations of witness coercion or manipulation. And tonight on CBS News Chicago, we're digging into another wrongful conviction case, this one focused on police torture. Our Megan Hickey shows us how an unlikely group of moms somehow managed to get the attention of the United Nations in an effort to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Other people that were victims of these police officers.
Ever since her son Nick Escamilla was arrested, tortured for 18 hours into a confession, convicted and sentenced to 29 years in prison for a 1993 murder in Chicago, Bertha Escamilla has been conducting grassroots research to identify what she considers a pattern and practice of police coercion and torture in wrongful conviction cases.
They kept on punching him in the back, in the head, in the face. I could see his face was swollen. And of course, I started crying. I started listening to what my son was saying.
As more evidence of the pattern of torture surfaced, Escamilla was released from prison in 2008. And last year, the Cook County State's Attorney's Office vacated his conviction altogether.
Many cases that have been exonerated.
Even after her son was freed, Escamilla continued researching and connecting with other moms with eerily similar stories.
The thing about that, I was there. I came in on them beating him up. I walked in the police station. I could hear him from the first floor.
For years, she and other members of the group Mothers of the Kidnapped, which is part of the larger group known as the Mamas Collective, reached out to the city, state, and even federal leaders, but felt like not enough was being done to stop the problem. So they went a step further and reached out to the United Nations.
We have nothing to lose.
And 4 years later, the UN Special Rapporteur on Racial Discrimination looked into it and agreed that local efforts to address Chicago police torture have been piecemeal and far too slow in implementation. The alert to local officials here became public this summer. Now Bertha and the other mothers hope it leads to change.
It's a blessing more because nobody else would do this.
Even though this alert from the UN was published in July, when we recently checked in with Governor Pritzker's office and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, they said they hadn't received it. When we asked for comment on the recommendations in the alert, Pritzker's office defended the current clemency process and said their office takes criminal justice reform very seriously. And when it comes to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office's spokesperson originally responded to our recent request for comment, but then did not provide any sort of response and stopped responding to us altogether. Bertha and the other mamas say they will continue fighting for attention on this issue, Erica.
All right, Megan, thank you.